Seeing the mounting challenges that we all face on the economy, the health service, energy, and in so many other areas, and listening to the bear garden banter that passes for parliamentary debate these days, a thought crossed my mind last week. Where are all the bright young things, the best and the brightest, as David Halberstam said of the court of John F. Kennedy? Going into politics and public service to sort it out. Where are they? Are they waiting in the wings? Have they given up and taken to the streets to stop oil and save the planet? Have they tried only to be thwarted? Where have they gone instead? Banking, charity work, journalism, even teaching? Rishi Sunak, our youngest ever Prime Minister, tells the Times newspaper this morning that he and the state can't solve everything. And I'm not saying that all the current crop of members of Parliament are deadbeats, but I have seen better, like Attlee's post-war government, some of Tony Blair's lieutenants, and certainly Thatcher's acolytes. Many were intellectual giants awash with new ideas for their time. So I just wondered if we're missing out on a few who might do better. Now, by way of background, according to research by the National Citizen Service Trust, young people vote, contact politicians, petition and even protest less than any other age group in the UK. It's bad for them, argues the Trust, because policy doesn't then represent their interest as much as it could do. And it's bad for our democracy, because we're missing out on valuable voices in important debates. What's more, Hannah White from the Institute of Government said losing young voters could actually risk fueling, and I quote, extreme forms of politics. And Isabel Hardman, in her book Why We Get the Wrong Politicians, suggests that anybody who aspires to become a parliamentary candidate must spend thousands of pounds of their own money to have a realistic chance of success on research, literature, travel and the rest of it. What's more, she points out that they need to know and be favoured by the power brokers on both sides of the chamber. And sadly, the partisan rabble-rousers tend to do best, while free spirits with bold ideas can be marginalised and ignored. In a really good review of Isabel's book, Sir Max Hastings says, and again I quote, "Too many aspirants to roles in public life now choose careers in the media rather than politics. They enjoy more fun and more cash without being required to accept responsibility or endure abuse." Indeed, when I posed the question on social media, the two most common answers were not enough money and too much vilification. So, today we're going to explore this further with a few friends, some of whom have gone into politics or write about it, or have done something completely different. But we also want to hear your thoughts, especially if you once considered a career in politics, tried, failed, succeeded, or just gave up. My main concern is that unless we get the best and the brightest back into politics, we will remain stuck with the same stale old stuff that passes for policy, or plans, as they call it these days, and we will spend our declining years in a morass of mediocrity.